5 workout myths debunked. Today we're going through 5 myths that we're going to debunk about working out. And last 2 weeks we did 10 nutrition myths that we debunked. And today we're going to do the workout ones. I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I've been working out since 2010. And I got into all the motivational mindset, working out, just everything that I talk about on this podcast. I've been entranced in over since 2013. So about 3 years into my working out career transformation that I got into all this mindset and everything. Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody listening and watching on YouTube. We're getting some followers on there. I really appreciate it. Today we're talking about 5 workout myths that we're going to debunk. The first one, more sweat means more fat loss, is myth number 1. I often hear this plenty of times. And back in the day, back in like the 80s and 90s, they would sweat it out. They would put the fat suit on, the sweatsuits on, the trash bags. We call it the fat suit. Trash bags on just to be able to sweat more. And all that's doing is just getting rid of water weight. It is not sweating out more fat loss. Fat does come out from your sweat, your pee, but you have to burn more calories than you're eating to burn fat. Just because you're sweating doesn't mean you're burning a whole lot of fat and it's just pouring out your pores as you go. So sweat is not an indicator of fat loss, but rather the body's way of regulating temperature. Fat loss occurs over time through consistent exercise and a balanced diet, not through the amount of sweat produced during a workout. If sweat would burn fat, people in the South would be ripped all day long, all summer long, just freaking ripped. Because we sweat from walking from the front door to the mailbox. It doesn't matter how long your driveway is. You're coming back in like a full-on, drenched-on sweat. The humidity down here is causing you to sweat. If you go out to the East Coast where there's no humidity, or even Vegas, you could go out in 105-degree weather and your clothes will stay dry. Not like in the South where our clothes, we work out, we walk somewhere, clothes are drenched. It's not like that over there when the humidity is low. So to be able to say that that sweat is burning more fat, it's just wrong because of the fact that in the South, we sweat a whole lot. On the East Coast or where there's no low humidity, you don't sweat that much at all. The sweat actually evaporates, especially outside. I remember going to Vegas and thinking, what is wrong with me? My mouth was cotton mouth, is all dry. I wasn't sweating. I thought I was having a heat stroke. It was just because there was no humidity. I was like, oh, check this out. So I just kept going, just kept working out. But fat loss does occur. Fat does leave the body through sweat, but it does not produce more fat loss the more you sweat. I love the winter time right now. This time of year right now, I can work out, barely even sweat in the garage. Come summertime, full on drenched, got to shower, got to change my clothes, got to hang my clothes up so that way they dry out. All the good stuff, bad stuff. But either way, I stay lean throughout the summer and in the winter. It's not because I sweat more during the summer. Myth number 2, you can spot reduce fat. Some of the greatest examples I've seen of this is somebody that is in a video that they have this cup and they got their sink filled up with water and they're like, I'm going to take out the water in this corner right here of the sink. And then they just start grabbing the water, dumping it out into a different sink. And guess what? The water loss is through the whole sink and it goes down lower and lower and lower, not just losing that one corner. It's just physically impossible to spot reduce fat. It's psychologically or physiologically impossible to target fat loss in specific body areas through exercise like crunches, arm curls alone. Fat reduction is systemic and depends more on genetics, diet, and overall body fat percentage. Anybody can lose weight, anybody can lose fat, anybody can have a six-pack. You have to figure out what your calorie goal is and actually eat under your calories the whole time. Be in a calorie deficit. If you're in a calorie surplus or maintenance, it's harder. Calorie surplus, you're going to gain fat. That just is what it is. But if you were to quit eating, you would definitely lose fat. That's just all there is to it. It's just, it's science. You're not going to say it's different. You're not going to argue with me on that one. All right, myth number 3, no pain, no gain. I like the pain. I ain't going to lie. I chase the pain. But it's a good pain. Like, I don't chase the pain where I can't walk the next day or my back is just wrecked, or bones are popping, or the joints are popping. But while some muscle soreness is normal, especially after starting a new workout or increasing intensity, pain should not be an indicator of good workout. Excessive pain can be a sign of injury. I like to think about, if I can warm up, then I'm not hurt anymore. But that's probably not the best version for everybody out there. But it is, I think it's good for me, because if I warm up, I'm not sore anymore. Let's just keep going. But if I warm up and I'm super sore, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna go. But no pain, no gain. It's a cool saying, but really your workout shouldn't be putting you in so much pain that you can't move the next day, unless you're just starting out the first week, 1 to 2 weeks. There are times where I'll push the intensity, like Saturday I pushed the intensity on my hamstrings. They're a little bit sore, but I'm moving. I can get around. I worked out this morning. Everything was fine. Not a big deal. It's when you can barely walk down the stairs, or you do so many abs, crunches, or GHG sit-ups. You can barely even move your stomach. You can't laugh. You can't cough. That's not a good thing to do. You really need to build up into those. Think about what you did to hurt them that bad, and then don't do it again. Build up to it. Number 4, weightlifting makes women bulky. This would drive me like absolutely bonkers. I said it in the last podcast. Like, these all drive me bonkers. When I had the gym, I still get the question, well, I don't want to be bulky. What do you mean you don't want to be bulky? What do you want? Do you want muscles? No, I don't want muscles. I just want to tone up. Toning up is losing fat, gaining muscle. Showing off your muscles is toning up. So if you don't have any muscles now, you're not going to get tone until you build some muscle. But to get bulky, you have to eat more than I do. You have to do a whole lot. You have to eat some massive amounts of food. You have to be super strict on your diet. You have to be super strict on the fat intake. Like, it is crazy how hard a woman has to get. What a woman has to go through to get super lean and bulky, especially bulky. Most of those ladies that are in the fitness competitions, they're on some kind of TRT, or they're on some kind of steroid for sure. Women have significantly lower levels of the hormone required to build muscle mass to the extent that men can. Weightlifting for women leads to toned muscles and improved metabolism without necessarily adding bulk. And toned muscles just means that the fat is off the muscle, and now you can see your muscles poking through your skin. It is hard to get, but with the ability to eat right and work out, like, you have to train a whole bunch for females to get this way. It takes years for a female to get this way. And then you have to lift often. You can't just be a cardio bunny. You have to actually lift heavy weights, multiple amounts of weight, like massive amounts of reps. And, you can see the CrossFit girls, a lot of them don't even look ripped until they actually start working out. If you are a female just starting to work out, you're not going to get bulky. It's going to take you a whole lot of effort to get bulky. We can shed the fat, build some muscle. You're going to look good, but you're not going to look bulky unless you just really want to. You can eat a lot and take some TRT or something. We can get you there. We can get you where you want to go. Anavar is what I was thinking. That's what a lot of the fitness models are on. Number 5, you need to work out every day. I have an issue with this. I like to work out every day. I don't lift heavy every day. I lift heavy 5 days a week. I do a cardio session on Thursday, and I do a long walk on Friday. So technically, is it working out? Some people say it's a recovery day on Thursday and Sunday. But there is no recovery day. You're either working out or you're not. But I still like to walk. I still like to do the cardio day, but it's only for 30 minutes. Rest days are critical for muscle recovery and performance improvement. Overtraining can lead to diminished results and increased risk of injury. When I was going through the CrossFit career, was I overtrained? I don't know. I think the body ability to adapt to the workouts that they're doing, and you keep increasing a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, it's really hard to overtrain. If you just went, like, just starting out 3 hours a day for the next week, you're probably going to overtrain. But it's hard to overtrain if you do it the right way. If you're working out, you got 5 days a week, 1 hour. Next week, you do hour and 5 minutes. 3 weeks later, you add another 5 minutes, and then just kept building up to hour and a half. You're probably gonna adapt to it, and you won't have to worry about overtraining. Now, going out there running marathons every day, like you've seen people do it without even kind of like super training or anything like that. So, are they overtraining? It's just kind of, you got to feel your body. Is your body breaking down? Is your muscles breaking down? Or your joints breaking down? You're just in agony and pain. Most likely, after that, you're probably doing a little overtraining. You probably need to dial it back a little bit. But for the most part, if you're working out 1 hour a day, 5, 6 days, 7 days a week, you're going to be okay. Even if you're lifting heavy, I mean, I wouldn't max out every day for sure. But just think about your muscles, your joints, your back, your knees, your hips. Like, are they just pain all the time? Then dial it back. But if they're not, just keep going. You're going to be okay. But also, if you're tired and you're just not feeling it, take that rest day. It's going to be okay. You're not going to gain 5 pounds from that one day. It's going to be okay. And I have to tell myself that all the time. Like, go ahead and take a rest day. Yesterday was a rest day. I didn't get to do anything. Just got to watch my daughter do her gymnastics. And that's okay. Like, I feel good. Like, I felt pretty strong this morning and ready to go. But that's where I got the 5 myths. We're going to do 5 more next week. So we got more sweat means more fat loss. And you can spot reduce fat. And no pain, no gain. And 4, weightlifting makes women bulky. And you need to work out every day. And I still like to, though. But I appreciate everybody listening. Appreciate everybody watching. If you have any questions, reach out to me. And I will see you on the next podcast. Thanks a lot.